You may be using a merged course space in D2L where you have two sections that can access all the course content, right? So the usual example is an MRG, sections B and C of a particular course, but it can also be two different courses, CAN 301 and CAN 501. Either way, what's going on is you have two sections in your class and class space, that is. And this is handy for a variety of reasons. You probably chose it for any number of these. I can, in the class list, I can filter by section, okay? Um, you can also, using release conditions, determine that a particular piece of content is only available to one section and not another. And there may be times when you just want to do that, but it may be that you want a piece of content to be available to one section at one day and time and another section at another day and time. And I'm going to demonstrate that in this video. And what I show also works with D2L groups if you create groups within your D2L course space. We're going to use something called release conditions. So I have this exam, and currently it's set to run on Thursday, April 30th, for most of the day anyway, and students can come in and take the exam. Because I want to respect the final exam week structure, I'm going to have this exam available to Section B on Thursday, but I want it available to Section C on the following Friday, May 1st. Okay, so in order to do that, what I'm going to actually do is create two copies of the exam, and I'm going to have release conditions on either one. One is going to determine that exam 3 is available to section B. The other one is going to be exam 3 available to section C. The quickest way to do that is, first, let's edit exam 3. And I'm going to actually put section B in the title. I don't care that my students see that. It's irrelevant to them, and it helps me organize these two. Next, I'm going to go over to restrictions. And I'm going to scroll down to release conditions. And I'm going to say create and attach. And I'm going to select a condition. And for release conditions, D2L puts all enrollment possibilities under class list. And here is section enrollment, so I'll choose that. And then D2L is going to say, okay, well, which section that currently exists in this course space do you want to be given access to this exam by this release condition? And I'll choose section B. And I'll click create. Okay, so now I'll hit save. This exam now is only available to my section B students, and I've got it set up so that it's available during the day on Thursday. I'm going to click save and close. Now I need to make a copy of this exam for section C. So we'll go to more actions, choose copy, and I'll say, well, before I even add a name, I'll choose, this is the quiz, in this case an exam, that I want copied, and I'll get rid of copy of, and I'll just put section C in. That's good. Since I already have visibility restrictions on it, I'm not going to hide it from users, but I will say edit the quiz right away, click save, and that way in the editor, I'll go to restrictions, and I'll change the day to the following day. Okay, and I'll come down to release conditions and I'll say create and attach. And once again, under class list, section enrollment, and then I'll select section C and click create. Now this is very important. I want to remove the 101B release condition, because what will happen in this case is no students will be able to access this quiz because it says all conditions must be met and no student is in both sections, okay? And in fact, if I had any condition must be met, that's equally not useful because this would allow all students in section B and C to access this quiz on Friday. I don't want that, so I just remove section B, and any or all doesn't really matter if there's only one release condition, okay? I'll click save and close. And so now I've got one exam that's set up so that section B can see it, one exam that's set up so that section C can see it. Because I have these release conditions attached, availability for section B, availability for section C, anything subsequent I do in D2L that's section determined let's say, let's go to the content area and look at this document. Say I only want this document to be visible to section B. All right. Well, in that case, I will click the drop-down menu caret and choose Edit Properties in Place, Add Dates and Restrictions, Release Conditions. Because those release conditions already exist somewhere in this course space, if I click Browse, here they are. Say this is another scenario where I have undergraduate students and graduate students enrolled in the same D2L course space, and I want this document to be available to grad students, but not to undergrads. I would check that particular section, and then I would say Attach. And then this is very important. I have to click the blue Update button to save and close all restrictions, including release conditions, but there could also be day and time restrictions as well. So I'll click Update. And so now any student who needs access to this must be enrolled in this particular section.